Good morning, my beautiful friends. It's Tuesday morning. It's 7:30 a.m. and I'm wearing an apron because I have to take my mom to a doctor's appointment this morning and I have to leave in an hour. But what I'm going to make, and I don't know why I've never done this before because you know I am the slow cooker queen. Say that 10 times fast. But anyway, I've never made a meatloaf in the slow cooker. Why? I don't know. But if this works, it's going to be life-changing. Because you know I love meatloaf. Comfort food. So we're going to see what happens. So, you know when I got my big mixing bowl out, something magical is about to happen. So, I just use whatever meatloaf recipe you want to use, but this is what I do. Now, I change my meatloaf recipe every time I make it. I never use the same meatloaf recipe twice. I don't know. Some days I want this, some days I want that. So today, and I always use this, I just love these little meatloaf seasoning packets. I always use those. I don't know why. I can make my own, but just grab one from the store. Now they may contain a lot more sodium or things like that in them. I've never really checked, but you know, it's like 10 calories, 2 carbs. So anyway, this is what I like. So I've got that into the bottom of my bowl, that seasoning pack, 2 eggs. Now, if you remember a while back, I made Brock's Grandpa Everett's meatloaf recipe. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to kind of make a mix between his recipe and my recipe. And maybe we'll have a winning combo. I loved Grandpa's meatloaf recipe. It was really, really good. We're going to see what the two combined makes. So I'm going to mix those 2 eggs in with that seasoning packet. I like to do this just so I can make sure that that seasoning packet gets in with all the ground beef. 1/2 cup of milk. Give that a whisk. All right, I think that looks good. So here I have 2 pounds of ground beef. This is from our freezer. Just slop some on the floor. I'm sure the dogs will get that in a minute. Give that a stir really quickly before we start adding our other ingredients. So we took Madison out to dinner last night for her birthday. Her birthday is tomorrow. She gets the night off. I think she's looking forward to that more than anything. And we went to a place called Old Canal Smokehouse, and it was really, really good. I had a smoked turkey sandwich. Oh, it was delicious. The boys had pasta. Oh, that pasta with that chicken. It was super seasoned well. It was delicious, too, and I'm not a big pasta eater. They really loved it. They had salads with rye croutons on them. The croutons were amazing. Brock let me have one. Madison had a steak. Her steak was cooked really well. It's just a good experience. We just had a good time. The place is about, maybe not quite an hour from our house. Okay, we got that all mixed up. Now we're going to add in, now Grandpa's recipe required a lot of peppers. This is 1 big fat juicy red pepper there. I prefer red or yellow or orange because green will kill me. All right, and then I always keep, when I chop up onions, a half, I chop up the whole thing, just for this purpose. Onions, of course, onions. Oh my, guess I missed one. Onions are up to you. I love the great flavor. If you don't want a strong onion, or an onion at all, maybe use onion powder. There's another big onion. I don't want to bite into that. All right, now I don't know how many crackers I'm going to add. So Brock likes a drier meatloaf. I like mine not quite as dry, so I'm going to try to find something in the middle. So I've got 1 sleeve of crushed crackers. These are just like a generic Ritz. I think they're called Round Town or something. Something like that. I don't know. But that's what they are. They're a generic Ritz cracker. Okay. Get that all stirred up. Now, you know I'm about to use my hands in a minute. Slinging it everywhere. Let me get this. Okay. I think I'm going to add some more crackers. Let's go with about 1.5 sleeves of crackers. Now you notice, let me take my watch off. I haven't added any seasoning. I'm going to add a little bit of salt because there's salt and things in the seasoning packet. If you hear music, that's Brock. He's playing a video in the background, so you may be able to hear that. I don't know what he's watching, but I can sure hear it playing. Sounds like bagpipes. Who knows? You never knew about him. So we're just going to go in now with the hands. I'll get all of that mixed together. Once again, I wish you could smell this. It smells amazing. Looks like we've got a good form here. Now, I'm going to wash my hands really quickly. Okay, my hands washed. I've been warming up my slow cooker, and you're gonna line it with foil, even though it's non-stick. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. I think I'm just gonna, that worked. I kind of rolled it in. Now, I'm gonna adjust the foil here. I'm not sure why you line it with foil. Maybe it's easier to get it out. I don't know. It said, all the ones I looked up for slow cooker said line it with foil. I don't know. I'm thinking about being a rebel and taking the foil off. I'm going to. I don't like the foil in there. I don't see the purpose of that. We'll see what happens, won't we? Oh dear. Maybe the foil was essential, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be a rebel. Okay. Here we go. We've got our meatloaf in. I'm just going to smash it into the whole part of my slow cooker. Of course, let me wash my hands again. Sorry. Of course, we know it's going to shrink up because it has ground beef in it. And let me get some ketchup. I'm going to get some ketchup from the top. I forgot my ketchup. I always forget something, don't I? Took me a moment to locate the ketchup here. All right. Gonna do some ketchup on top. There we have it. Look at that. Put that on there. I've got it on my setting for 5. All right. Fingers crossed that it's all right without that foil. Now, I'm going to show you what else I'm going to have with it. I'm just going to do a quick potato casserole. I've got these shredded hash browns here with salt and pepper. This is just the perfect side to go with that meatloaf. Because like I said, I've got to go take my mom to the doctor's appointment. Not sure how long will be. So the meatloaf will do its thing. And when I get home, I can throw this in my toaster oven. And I plan on doing a steamed broccoli also, and we also have salad. I usually try to keep a salad made up in the fridge at all times. So we do have a salad already made up. Okay. That was 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. I'm going to add some sour cream. I don't have very much sour cream left. So I'm going to use everything I have left, which looks like a couple of tablespoons. And I've got some heavy cream here, so that's going to take the place of my not having any more sour cream. Probably about 1/4 cup, half a cup. Now the potatoes I thawed out in my fridge last night, just so that when I go to cook them this afternoon, they won't take so long. I've never had an issue doing that. I know it always says cook from froze, but clearly I'm a cooking rebel. All right, go. Let me get all that incorporated. This is just quick and easy side potato casserole here. I'm gonna add some shredded cheddar cheese. Probably, I'm just gonna empty the bag. So I'm gonna say there's probably a cup in here. This is the last of the bag. Go. Okay. Get that stirred up. Quick, easy. I don't get yelled at for banging my spoon on the pan. Flatten those out. That's done. Just gonna add a little bit of these Kellogg's Corn Flakes to the top. Growing up, my mom always had a box of these in her pantry, and I guess now I do too. There we go. And when I come home this afternoon, I will bake these at 375 in my toaster oven, so I don't really have to heat up my oven. I really love my toaster oven. Brock got me one several years ago, and it took me a while before I even used it. And then when I started using it, I was like, this thing is amazing, but it was a tiny one, and I literally wore it out. So then I purchased a big one, and I made sure I wanted one that was a size of a 9x13, so I could put a baking dish in it for a cake or whatever. One of the greatest appliances I have in my kitchen. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I've got to get ready to leave here in about a half hour, so I need to get going. So we'll come back this afternoon and I'll let you see how the meatloaf went down. Fingers crossed. All right, bye friends. All right friends, here it is, the moment of truth. It's 1:30. I just got home about a half hour ago from taking my mom to her appointment, and I ran some errands for her. So here we go. Now what time was it? About 7:30, 7:15 when we put this on. Now, oh, white snake video. Anyway, I kind of had a panic attack when I told you I wasn't gonna put the foil in. And I got to thinking that's probably so this doesn't burn up on the bottom. So I came back and I put the foil back in. Probably a good thing, because I wasn't for sure when I was gonna get back home, and I was like, I don't want my beautiful meatloaf to burn up. So I'm not real sure how I'm gonna execute this, but I think I'm just gonna lift it up. I've got me a little baking pan here. Oh, wait, that was easier than I thought. Look at that, friends. Now listen, that did not shrink up that much. Looky there, let me move that, and look. Very little grease in the bottom of my pan, probably actually a tablespoon. That's it. Now this is a lean beef that we had from our, where we got the butchered beef that we had. So it's a little bit leaner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit more ketchup, okay? I have my toaster oven on. I love ketchup on my meatloaf. I know some of you put like brown sugar and all that, and some of you do brown gravy. I'm just an old-fashioned ketchup kind of girl. Okay, I'm gonna swap this out. I'll be right back. Let me get the out with this. There's my potato casserole that I made real quick, that I made with the meatloaf. right, sorry. I threw the meatloaf back into the toaster oven. I'm going to give it a few minutes on broil to kind of let that ketchup kind of hang out and do its thing. And we'll come back and we're going to try it. This is exciting. All right, friends, here is the star of our show. It is that slow cooker meatloaf. Look at that. Now here's the moment of truth. The taste test. I always cut it in the middle just to make sure it's done. Yep, we're good. I'm gonna cut a slice. Here we go. Cooked it on nonstick foil, so it's gonna come right off of there. Go. Let's give it a taste. Give it a look. That's absolutely amazing. Oh, friends, I am a meatloaf lover, and let me tell you what, I would imagine this is the only way I'm going to cook meatloaf from now on. Not even kidding. And that is why I put the foil on there, because it got a little brown on the bottom but not burnt. So put the foil in there. Don't listen to me. I come back and put the foil in, and I'm so glad I did. Slow cooker meatloaf. It's where it's at, friends. Let that slow cooker do the oven while you're out gallivanting around. All right, I'm going to go enjoy my lunch. Thanks for hanging out.